do this. Huh? Huh? Hi, welcome to the show. MLB's the show. I'm Spencer Laux, and we're gonna watch the Cubs play a game. Cause that's what I do. Cause I said,
some of them are so...
I was gonna do it, so now I'm doing it. I'll be right back. Sorry. Give me a sec. 1 sec. I'll be right back. Sorry. Oh no! It's echoing! Oh no! It's echoing! Huh. 1 second. Sorry. I'm coming. 1 second. Sorry. I'm coming. Huh. Whoever's on there. Wait a second. I'm almost there. I was thinking that my sync was running. I was just hearing the echo of that. The Cubs are going to play the Brewers. Wait a minute. Did I not save that? Wait. Hold on. Or I guess maybe they did have a game left. Well, here we go. Or we'll see in a second if I just forgot to. John Lester. Yeah, here we go. John Lester. I'm gonna put Chris Bryant. I don't even know if Eric Lauer might be left-handed. But you know what? Who cares? Let's just do this. And by the way, I keep putting Almora in for Hap. And, where? Ooh, Hernan Perez is getting a start, huh? Wonder why that is. Well, we'll give Horner a day off. Oh, yeah, it must be a left-hander. That makes me want to rethink putting... There, we'll do that. All right, here we go. I'm taking off my hoodie. I always try and wear a Cubs thing. I think I've almost every time worn a Cubs thing to at least start. I feel it's appropriate. But it's also a little warm in here. Maybe I need to turn on my AC. I don't know. Has anyone else been going back and forth between turning on their AC and not turning on their AC? Anyway, here we go. Cubs vs. Brewers. It's a rubber match. Brewers have a bad record. The Cubs have a good record. Let's see if we can keep that trend going. John Lester. Saying I'm coming out. I'm old and I'm ready to be a bitch ball. And I will relinquish control to the computer. And let this baby play out. Pitch number 1, Lorenzo Cain. Strike 1. Looked a little inside, but when it crossed the plate, perhaps it crossed the plate. Because remember, it's not where the catcher catches it, it's where it crosses the plate. So that can make things a little look weird. Oh boy! Lorenzo Cain pops up! Looks better off the bat than, yeah.
Batting second, the second baseman, Eric Sogard.
Eric Sogard's up. Was he on the Cubs? I keep thinking he was on the Cubs for some reason. And I know that last year he was on the Tampa Bay Blue Jays, but I felt like he looked like for a split second. Fudge! The baseball, he's batting 300 in the baseball reference simulated stats.
Batting third, the right fielder.
I guess he was on Oakland up until he played in Milwaukee until Tampa Bay. And now he's back in the strike 1. Kristen Young. Look at that, 349. Won the 2019 batting title. He unfortunately busted his kneecap. He probably would have hit 40-40 had he not done that to his kneecap. But he still qualified to win the bank title, so that's good. Did he say 51 homers his last 2 years? Is that sound? I don't know how many there are.
The count is 1 and 2.
I thought he hit 40-something. But yeah, they got... That was a steal when the Brewers traded for Christian Yelich. The Marlins got... Because can you name anyone who the Marlins got? Exactly. Or actually, I can. What's his name? Lewis Brinson, I think, was like the big prospect. But he like, and once or twice I've picked him up in fantasy, like at the end of a draft, because he's a good prospect. He's fast, and I think he's defensively really good. And then in one of the spring trainings, he like had like 5 home runs or something. And then when they got to real started players, he was bad. Getting to do these has been kind of a grind. Ironically, more people are coming watching, which is good. I'm into people being here and watching. Oh, fly ball, right field line, and caught by Ian Happ. Middle of the first, 1 hit by the Brewers. Eric Lauer, left-handed, 3-3, with a 2.93 ERA. It's pretty darn good. Yeah, not bad numbers. Pretty decent numbers all around. Oh, here comes Chris Bryant. I like him starting off against old Eric Lauer, as his power against left-handers is pretty good. So is Wilson Contreras, maybe Javier Baez. One of those guys I probably put. I think Baez maybe was one. I should have put one of the few times I should have put him higher in the order despite his lower batting average because his power against left-hand. Oh, Chris Bryant, first pitch of the at-bat. Fly ball out. Darn it. What's up, School Frog? Chris Bryant, I thought he hit it harder. What you drinking today? Coffee? It's Hy-Vee French vanilla coffee with some like French vanilla creamer. And then water. I haven't been drinking as much pop, but I'm going to start. There's a couple projects I'm working on where I'm going to be doing more writing, so I'll probably be drinking Mountain Dew more, is my guess.
Nope, ball 1.
Well, pitch number 2, Eric Lauer got a first quick out with 1 pitch, 1 out. Eric Sogard's got glasses. I have very similar glasses to Eric Sogard. See? Ooh, these are. Okay, I need to clean these.
Okay, 1-1.
You know, when I had glasses when I was little, I feel like they didn't get as dirty as usual. Chris Bryant fouls it off. What about you, School Frog? What are you drinking today? Fouls it off again. Good at bat from Rizzo so far. Ooh, low, bounces. Comes the 2-2 delivery. Ball 3. Yeah, what kind of cookie? And what kind of milk? You a whole milk man? You're going from milk to iced tea? And speaking as someone who goes from coffee to Mountain Dew, that sounds pretty disgusting. Well, actually, I used to put milk in my hot tea. Oh, wow. Ball 4. It looked like a strike. What an at-bat by Anthony Rizzo. An 8-pitch at-bat for a walk.
No left fielder. Kyle.
I used to put milk in my hot tea, but I never put in, I don't know. It seems like a weird switch. Is it sweetened or unsweetened? Lipton, Louisiana, Brisk, Arizona, Trader Sugar Cookie, sprinkles, and full 6%.
Ball, that's out.
Is that what it's, is it 6%? I'm a big 1 and 2% guy. But I like whole. I feel like gets you there.
Outside, that's the ball.
I feel like you need less. You drink less. The peach iced tea. Oh, I'm not. Strike 2 to Kyle Schwarber. Snapple. Do you know who owns Snapple? This is a weird trivia question. That's gonna be a double play probably. Barehanded. Oh no, he falls off the base. Do you know what beverage company owns Snapple? Well, it was already. This was at a. I didn't know whole milk was 6%. The Snapple thing was at a trivia thing at Sam's that someone else did. So I wouldn't. But I was surprised. Ooh, strike 2. Is whole milk always 6%? Is that like standard? Or is it like vary from shop to shop? The 0-2 pitch to Wilson Contreras. Ooh, fouls it off. Keeping it going. Oh, can he beat that out? I don't know. Nope. But keep in mind, Eric Lauer got 1 out on 1 strike, or 1 out on 1 pitch, and then he had to throw 19 to get through. It is not necessarily. It's a beverage company. Like it's a different. It's a pop. It's a brand of pop. Although that probably will not misleading, but you won't guess that probably. But that's almost a hint. Is that telling you it's a type of pop won't give you the right answer for pop.
Well, that's off the plate.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna Snopes it. I'm gonna Snopes whole milk. But Dr. Pepper, I believe, owns Snapple. I guessed Coca-Cola because I thought it was a Southern thing, so I assumed it was Coca-Cola. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Are 7-Up and Dr. Pepper owned by the same people? I didn't know that even.
Batting 6, the shortstop.
I do know the answer.
Orlando Arcia.
Orlando Arcia's up. Oh, ground ball up the middle and gets through. Hernan Perez can't get to it. I would have had Nico Horner. He might have had the speed to get there. Hindsight is 2020.
The third baseman, DJ Hinojosa.
I was all excited because I saw a job for NES, but didn't have anything to do with Nintendo. And now let's look it up. Let's look at Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper Company.
Yeah.
Keurig Dr. Pepper. Oh, weird. So Dr. Pepper in the United States is Keurig Dr. Pepper. I didn't know that Keurig was... I don't know if it's the same Keurig. But in Europe and South Korea, the Coca-Cola company manufactures Dr. Pepper. And in Canada and Oceania, PepsiCo manufactures Dr. Pepper. What a weird... How did that happen?
3-2.
They also make Dr. Wells and Dr. Thunder. I'm guessing Dr. Thunder and is their Mountain Dew, right? Ground ball up the middle. Ooh, and 2. He got it. Got it. Maybe it's not even. Maybe it's... What's the season?
Leading off, Coleman Cubs. The shortstop, Javier.
I don't know. Here's Javier Baez. I don't know if 7-Up and Dr. Pepper are the same thing. It didn't look like it in the wiki, but I didn't overly search it. Outside, apparently. Javier Baez, first round draft pick in 2011 MLB draft. Ooh, 2-0. My right hand hurts because I've been playing this game otherwise, like the online quick play, and when I get mad, I hit my hand on the table, so my hand hurts because I'm an idiot. I'm a stupid monkey who gets angry. 3-0, and he, man, when you're the leadoff guy, you're 3-0. Take the fucking pitch, man.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
Like that was ball 4, I think, too. Like
Perez.
that's undisciplined, especially when you have speed. Like that's the other thing is like I kind of get it when guys are slow, doing shit like that, where they're like a power or a big contact hitter, and they're slow. But if you're fast and can steal, why wouldn't you take the free base, man?
1-1.
Come on, man. Come on, dude. Just take the free base, dude. 1-1. Outside.
Outside.
Yeah, I feel like Lauer's control is kind of fleeting. Oh my God! Once again. Oh, he's gonna get there. Nicely done. I don't know if they're gonna count. They'll call that a base hit, but that's
Batting seventh,
pretty sloppy put.
Ian Happ.
Okay, here comes Ian Happ. I begrudgingly put him in. Just because, why did I put him in over Steven Souza? I think Steven Souza actually has more power. This was a bad oversight on me. I think Happ actually has better power against right-handers. I don't know why I did this. This is my fault. Also, I don't like Steven Souza in the outfield. Like, he's not a good defender. So here comes. That was the 29th pitch. Whoa! Gets away from him, but not enough to have the runner advance. 2-1 now. Here comes pitch 31. Pitch 31. And then pitch 32. What will happen after that? So 3-1. Cubs keep swinging with 3 balls. And it's not usually been a great idea thus far. Let's see if that trend continues. There we go! Well, the Cubs say, you know what, maybe we let him walk us.
Batting eighth, the center fielder.
And Albert Almora Jr. is up. He's been the person who I've been putting into the lineup as I like his defense. And he's starting to hit better. See, look, now is he really about 273? I can't tell. Yeah! That's good. I hope he's the person I hope can bounce back and start doing good.
That's a ball.
It looked like a strike to me, but it was a ball apparently. 5-game hitting streak for Albert Almora Jr. Keep in mind the pitcher spot is on deck. So if they walk him, there'll be a force at any base if they walk him. 1-1, Albert Almora Jr. By the way, if there's a home run, I think my donger alarm might work better because it's overcast out, so there's not enough light. In fact, I usually turn on a side light to give myself some fill light, but it might actually help the home run alarm. So, Albert Almora Jr. 2-1 from Eric Lauer. Pitch number 36 about to come in. Almora, rips it, but right at the third baseman. That's tough. That's a tough one. He really made good contact there. And now John Lester's up, who's batting .267, which is surprising to me that he's batting that well. Strike one. Oh, he tried to put it down the line. There's nothing more embarrassing than if a pitcher scores runs, like gets a hit on you and scores runs. That's just what happened right there. Oh my gosh, that's going to be extra base. That's a double. Maybe a triple. Wow. I don't know if John Lester's literally ever had a triple before, but there it is. A stand-up triple nonetheless. A bases clearing, 2-run stand-up triple. Doesn't matter how it got there. I mean, it matters little. But that's what happened. Yes, stand up. Wow. So John Lester helping his own cause now as the Cubs take a quick lead. Ooh. Chris Bryant's a little embarrassed because he got out on one pitch last time, and now he's got one strike. He's seen 2 pitches today. One was a fly out, the other was a strike. He did like almost like a round off, didn't he? Ooh, Chris Bryant rips it. Oh, 2 pitch, Chris Bryant. Jesus Christ. Believe me, it's not. I already told you my hand hurts when I put it online. Ooh, nice take. 2-2. So, it's good they're getting a lot of pitches out of Lauer. Pitch number 44 about to happen in the second inning. Strike. Oh. That looks like strike 3 to me. But oh well. That's alright. 3-2 pitch to Bryant. Ball 4, which also looked like a strike again. Yeah, I literally don't think that, I'm assuming John Lester doesn't have a triple in real life. He has 1 or 2 home runs, I think. Because I think when he finally maybe broke his 0 for 40, because when he came from the American League, he had very rare amount of at-bats too, I think. And I think he went like 0 for 46 before he got a hit. It might have been a home run. Strike 1 to Anthony Rizzo. He's spent his entire career with Chicago. That's not true. Is that who was saying him? He hasn't spent his full career with Chicago. He was in the Red system, and then he played for the he even played in the pros for the Padres for a little bit. Unless they're counting like full seasons, I guess. But he played a little when he was at San Diego. He wasn't good, but he played. Here comes pitch number 50 in the second inning. Lauer. Ooh, down the line with foul.
Two balls, two strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Anthony Rizzo. He worked a really good at bat last time. With an 8-pitch at bat, they got a walk last time.
3-2.
And now it's 3-2. I mean, if he gets on base here, I think the bullpen's going to start warming up for the Brewers, which is extremely early. But... Oh boy, it must be foul. Yep. He had no illusions or delusions about if that was going to be fair. But the only reason I didn't know if it was going to be fair was because of his reaction. But 2 runs score because of John Lester's bases clearing triple. And, yeah, so the Cubs lead after 2 innings. And Eric Lauer's already thrown 50-some pitches, so they're looking like to be in good position, knock on wood, for this game. Manny Pena, and he's been most of his years with Kansas City and Milwaukee. Oh, 2 pitch. Oh, 0-3. That's a strikeout.
Eric Lauer.
Inside. Ooh, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from John Lester to Eric Lauer. Strike 3. Nicely done. It's Lester's 3rd strikeout of the game.
The center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo King.
Lorenzo Cain's up. 1-for-1 on the day. Pops it up. Foul. Comes the 0-1. Oh, it might drop in the gap. Yep. You just kind of got a bloop in there to land. And it's good enough.
The batter, number 7, second baseman, Eric.
I'm a little surprised that Albert Almora did not get to that. But, yeah, I'm surprised someone didn't get that one. That held up for a little bit. Eric Sogard had a single in the first inning. Oof. Nice block by Contreras.
That's ball 2.
Ball 2. You don't want to walk the tying run. That's for sure. 2-0. Yep. Yep. Oh, come on, John. Come on, John. Come on now, John. Ball 4. Not ideal there to do that.
The bat on the mat, the right fielder, Christian.
Yeah.
Yelich.
Don't walk the people, John. No, John. Walk the people. And oh yeah, to Christian, 2 outs. You're gonna walk to get the best hitter of the game. Wow, they gave him a strike, but that didn't really make sense. No, that's me. But no. 0-1. That's exactly why you don't walk the guy before Christian Yelich, because now the Brewers have the lead. I hate being right all the time. Man, 420! Home run with 420! Christian Yelich is really good. And he seems like an alright dude. Oh, they said 419 is the projected. The one before said 4. I wonder why it's different. Why it was one. They've had that happen before where it's like, why is one fairly different? Yeah, but it wasn't a Cub donger, so it doesn't get the light. I don't celebrate other dongers. The Lance only for Cubs dongers exclusively. It's like how when the Mets have it's like when the Brewers have the guy that does the slide into the beer. Well, it's water now. It used to be beer. He used to do the slide into a big thing of beer, and then I think they changed it to water, which is way less fun, in my opinion. Oh, and 2. All right, 0-2. John Lester's starting to throw some pitches and forfeited the lead. As good as it was that he got that 2-run triple, he's also largely at fault for the pitches. I don't know what Chelsea Danger is. What's Chelsea Danger? Is that like Chelsea lately? Chelsea Handler? Oh. 2-2 count to Jed Yurko. A fucking ground ball that gets past. I'll tell you, Lester was looking real good, and now he's not.
The bat, number 3, shortstop.
And he keeps on getting 2 strikes on people. Unfortunately, when you do baseball, you get 3 strikes to get some. Okay, Orlando Arcia is up. He's 1-for-1 on the day. Jeez Louise. Come on, John.
1-0.
Arcia has 2 home runs the last 3 games with 3 RBI. I'm just saying words that appear on screen. I mean, that's true. It's not that helpful. I'm sorry. It should be more. Oh, God. Well, that lane. Okay. Whew. Cap catches it. It's maybe a good thing that Souza wasn't in the outfield for that, because I don't know if Souza would have gotten that one. Regardless, the Cubs are down now by a run because of a 3-run home run by Christian Yelich. Because Lester just had to walk. Eric Sogard, maybe, before? Hey, it's Heidi Watney. I can't ever hear you, Heidi. This is pointless, Heidi.
Leading off for the Cubs, the left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
K. Schwarbs is up. K. Schwarbs, K. Adorbs in that little jersey, huh? Strike 1. That one, I think he could have taken that one pretty far. Still, though, getting that pitch count continually up is good, so yeah. Alright, Schwarber's hanging in there. It's 0-2. Good eye, good eye, good eye. Good eye, or well, good eye. Good hanging in there.
I got to count 2-2.
I think he's been like a 6-pitch at bat, maybe at least. Somewhere. Still not bad though. Like I said, he's getting them to throw pitches. And it's Eric Lauer's first strikeout of the day.
40, Wilson Contreras.
Oh, Wilson Contreras is up. So we got some power. I think Wilson and it might be Baez after that. So we've got some power coming up for against left-handed pitchers here. Oh, down the line. Hey, that's going to be fair. That's going to be Doublesville. Nicely done. I was just going to say, Wilson's average has been slowly declining. It was 100 points higher probably like 2 weeks ago. But it's still 3-something. So it's like, sure. And he just got a double. So I'm not complaining. We knew that those numbers were going to come down. Whereas on the opposite end, Javier Baez's numbers are coming up a little bit. They're not great. I mean, 248 is not great by any means. And 338 is probably close to his odd base percentage, I'm guessing. Because he doesn't walk that much. He likes to make contact with the ball. He likes to swing. So we're about to see pitch number 65 in the third inning, which, like I said, is good that we're getting this many pitches happening. It's 2-1. A nice 2-run homer would be great right about now, because then they'd be winning. Oh! Javier just tried to do exactly what I asked for, but he swung a little too quick. A little too quick on it. A little too quick on the draw there, Javi. Nice eye. That call could have went either way. 3-2 count. 1 out. Contreras on second. Here's the payoff pitch. Oh! Hobbit stays fair. It's gone. He's holding the bat like he thinks it's fair. And it is Javier Baez. Oh, let's get out the light. The donger light. Woo! Go the other way so the cord doesn't tail up. Woo! Woo! Donger light. Home run. Like I said, it looks much bluer when it's not illuminated. Or it looks more like you... I don't know, I thought it would look different. So there's that Donger light.
Now second baseman, Erdogan.
Well, I'm guessing the bullpen is probably warming up now for the Brewers as they're down by a run and about to hit pitch 70 in the third inning with their starter. Hernan Perez hits it high and deep, and oh gosh, gone. Get out, Donger light again. Home run. Just barely, but just barely is enough. Now Ian Happ's up, who had a walk in the second inning. Strike one, what looked to be a little inside. It's called a strike. Oh, it also looked to be inside. Last two games, Ian Happ has 2 home runs. So maybe he did deserve a start, I guess. Although I think those were in the last one. Yeah, Eric Lauer about to go pitch number 74 in the third inning. Oof. Yeah, he gives up another hit. I don't see him really staying in much longer. I don't know who their main middle relief, like long amount of innings guy is. I know obviously Josh Hader is like sort of like, I don't know if he's still the closer with Corey Campbell, but he's like the guy when you need 3 to 7 outs that you use. But I don't know who the guy who's like, what do you do when you need like 4 outs? Because most bullpens usually have a guy that, you know. Albert Almora pops it up, but caught. It's called old Gerald Bronson. Again. 3 times.
You're interrupting an episode of Scooby-Doo. I think they really have a ghost this time.
Yeah? Are there times where they are actually ghosts? No, never? Not one?
Some of the movies, like Zombie Island.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Home run. I talked to you for 10 seconds and the fucking Brewers hit a home run. Oh, it's his first Major League home run. That's cute, though.
It's all going according to plan.
No, so, like, I think that'd be a good twist every now and then to have it be a real ghost.
Well, the whole point is that they're detectives.
Yeah.
So how does that a good mystery that, it was a ghost the whole time?
Because, I'm saying that could be an arc for the season, like at the end, because it makes them realize maybe there are some things that are unexplainable, or maybe there are some things that are bigger in this world. Ah, shit. Okay, you're lucky this one went foul. He almost gave up 2 home runs back-to-back, and because now it's 5-4 Cubs.
Foul? What do chickens have to do with this?
Oh, my Lanta. Gosh. Speaking of that, I had the chicken curry from Masala last night. I really like that sauce, the curry sauce, whatever it is.
Orange sauce?
No, whatever's in the chicken curry. It's kind of green-ish colored, like blackish green colored. It's weird because I'm like, I literally have no idea. Like, I have no idea what's in it whatsoever. But I really like it. I really like it on the chicken. I really like dipping garlic naan into it. I like how good garlic naan is that it couldn't cost that much more to make than regular naan, yet they still charge you like 50 cents more.
That makes sense for the amount of garlic you put into it.
I mean, it's good enough where you do it. It's very good. I'm actually mad with myself that I didn't order more naan.
I say that's a non-issue.
Yeah, a non-issue, a non-starter.
Oh.
That's what they call relief. That's what they call relief pitchers in baseball. They're non-starters.
But are they really relieved?
It depends on the situation.
The center fielder.
There actually was the Red Sox back in the day when they had like a really good team and there was like a collapse. There was like sort of like the Red Sox media, like for Boston, has always been like very crazy. Like Boston and New York are the two most like the press are the most like unforgiving press for like just making weird deals out of anything that happens with the teams. And but there was one year where I don't know if the bullpen was doing it, but like pitchers who were starting pitchers who like weren't pitching that day would just be in the clubhouse supposedly like eating fried chicken and drinking beer and playing video games.
That sounds about right.
Which is, I almost, to me though, I kind of almost get it. Like if I couldn't participate, because when you're a starting pitcher, you can only pitch once every 4 or 5 days, you know?
Right.
So like, if I couldn't help the team at all, like it would almost be it's hard to watch when you, like if you're part of a thing but you can't do anything about it. Like I'd rather play video games and eat chicken and like look at the score every now and then. But otherwise it would just be like nerve-wracking to like...
Well, I didn't remember eating chicken and playing video games. I didn't realize I was such a major leaguer.
Yes, exactly. You're half of the way there, Gerald. That's all that's, yeah. That's what's standing between you and the playoffs. Now you'll never go to... See, Gerald, just don't do it for a while and see if you go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's...
All that grease probably helps them to get a real slippery ball, right?
Yeah. I mean, people, you know, they're always doing stuff like that. They, by the way, they came out with a crazy... I thought they were going to be playing all the games in Arizona and Florida, but the most recent proposal they had is that probably what they're going to do is they're going to have it be strictly geographical for like 80 games, and they're only going to play teams in your region. So the AL Central and the NL Central will only play each other the whole season. So and same thing for all the other divisions, which is nuts. Like I mean, I'm like kind of excited. I think it's fun. And there's going to be a universal designated hitter probably, which is interesting.
What about Paramount?
Paramount?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, they're in discussions. They're in talks.
Number 35.
Universal hitter. Who's your favorite Universal monster, Gerald?
Leading off.
Yeah, it's Frankenstein.
Yes. Actually, it's Frankenstein's pitcher. Oh, John Lesnar pops it up, but it's going to be caught.
he's really on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire!
Fire.
Fastball on fire! You know, I've never read Frankenstein. For its time, because didn't it like kind of invent a genre of like sci-fi and horror?
Historically groundbreaking. I believe the book is called the Postmodern
Prometheus.
Is that what it is?
That sounds right. When it's and doesn't it take place a lot of it in letters and stuff? Or is that just Dracula? I know Dracula does a lot of that. Where like the narrative, a lot of it's like letters to people. I could be wrong.
Yeah, letters to the editor.
Yes. Dear Penthouse Forum, I never thought I'd be writing one of these letters. You'll never believe what happened in my laboratory with lightning and dead body pieces. That's probably when you lose interest in Frankenstein, right, Gerald? Is when all the dead corpses become animated?
You ruined a perfectly good corpse.
Yeah, like all these dead body parts, and you bring them back to life. Ugh, disgusting. Yeah, Gerald doesn't play God, but he does play the angel of death, don't you, Gerald? Oh man, Anthony Rizzo's up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He had a walk earlier. And we're only in the 4th inning. Man, I gotta figure out if I want to keep doing this every day because
1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't know if I want to. It'd be like 50 more times probably. And yeah, and I don't know, Gerald. That means I'm gonna call you like another 12 times at least, probably.
Let's see here. The old. Die.
What?
I'm playing Bloodborne.
Ah. Which one is that one? What are you doing that one?
Fight monsters.
What's the one where you're a newer one where you're a vampire and you like very much make decisions on who you drain blood? It's like V something or something. Maybe it is just called like vampire like with a Y in it or something. But you like make decisions on who you drain blood from, and I think you can like make people kind of like your blood slave hoes. Like you're a pimp for you know what I mean? Where it's like you're mine now and I feed on you.
That's interesting. I mean,
School Frog says your pizza meme was pretty funny. Yeah, it's funny.
Papa John's. Papa John's is exactly the right price
yes.
so that I would still eat it.
Yes. There's no reason for me to eat Papa John's as much as I eat Papa John's without the price being exactly what it is. Like, because even in the placement, also the fact that it is like less than a mile away from my place to drive to pick up. But so is Happy Joe's, and I don't get Happy Joe's very often. Like, and I love Happy Joe's.
It's a problem. That's like most of the time I'd say I get Casey's when I get pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you live really close to that Casey's, right? Or pretty close.
It's like 2 blocks.
Yeah. Well, then, yeah. That's what I used to do. When I used to live a block or 2 away from the Casey's where I grew up in Newton, and they were like, would make pizza pretty much any time. Like, the only time you couldn't get pizza was when they were making donuts. And that was for like a half an hour every day.
Couldn't you put some cheese and toppings on that donut?
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's add a little here. The overbake. What's that? School for Us says if you do get the Johns, you got to make sure that you select the overbake option. What is that, like burning it? Overbake sounds like burning it. I don't know what that option is. You're going to have to. School Frog says game changer, but I feel like you need to explain. You can't just say overbake and expect me to not just think it means burnt pizza.
Some people do like that. They like their pizza slightly burnt.
I've had that before, but very rarely has that been the case, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. But, Gerald...
Just like the mistakes they used to make in the old country.
Yes, yes. Spoilbrock says more baked. What the fuck does that mean? More? What do you mean more baked? It makes the cheese meltier? Okay. I guess I could see that then. So you're saying it's like a higher heat, like the cheese gets melted more.
You could, I don't know. I've always thought about trying to experiment more with the alternatives to marinara, you know?
The alternatives to marinara? Like what?
Yeah, like garlic butter.
Ah, garlic butter's okay. Oh, you mean like as the base?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so it's not close to marinara.
Like if you're getting a pizza with
yeah,
chicken on it.
I understand what
that's
like an Alfredo sauce or a pesto sauce or something like that, but like a garlic butter sauce. Interesting. I've done that before with like, I feel like I got a Philly cheesesteak thing that like if it did have sauce on it, like it's not very much, like where it might as well not have pizza sauce on it. But I feel like I got a pesto one that was good. I like pesto.
Yeah, pesto's good.
Pesto's a good sauce.
One time Donnie made a pesto stuffed chicken. That was delicious.
Ooh, a pesto stuffed chicken, huh?
That's right.
Nice. Spoilbrock says, just try it. If you don't agree that it's better, I'll give you your money back. All right. If you really think you can Venmo me $8 sometime. Uh-oh, that's not good. And, okay, thankfully it hits off the wall. But it's still a double, and it's a tie game now. John Lester gives up a double to Jed Yorko. I'm sure Gerald could do so much with that name.
Now?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Is it a suit and tie game?
Nice. Yes, it's a tie. I don't even know what I was going to say. Gerald, I'm telling you, you need to start the Simpsons Instagram thing. Although I wonder, do you think Disney is like hardcore now about like that sort of thing?
No.
About like shutting it down? Because I used to follow a Simpsons quote of the day Twitter thing, but I feel like I haven't seen it in a while.
Have you been following the drama of the World Politics subreddit?
No, you're gonna have to be more specific there. No, what's going on in the world politics?
It's now mostly porn.
Now that is.
What in world politics, the subreddit?
Yes, if you go to the World Politics subreddit, it is mostly porn.
You know, that's fantastic, I think.
Now, if you want actual world politics, you have to go to a subreddit called Anime Titties.
Yes, I was gonna say. If you want to see real world news, you gotta go Bukkake. Global Bukkake. They cover the world.
It's really something.
Are there not moderators for the world news thing?
Well, it's more like people are like calling their bluff on like free speech, basically, is what's happening. And it's unclear how long they will allow this to continue.
Okay. So wait, are they framing it as a news story? Like you won't believe how much this lady has came more than anyone else in North America this year.
No, it's just upvote titties.
Okay. It's just up close titty pictures.
No, upvote.
Oh,
titty.
upvote
That's what
titties.
the title is.
Hey, I mean, if people want to see it,
One strike.
It's it's really and it's I don't know. The internet is an interesting place. Well, all these weird things can happen. I remember back in the '60s when the New York Times was mostly porn.
yes. And it only cost a half a nickel. Remember they used to make half nickels, 2.5 cents.
Half nickels.
You used to have to glue
you know, like the term bit.
2 bits.
They used to actually break up their coins.
Is that
they were bits?
really?
Yeah, like in medieval times.
I feel like I know that. Even like the late 1800s, wasn't that a thing? Because 2 bits was like a term, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure at some point it became an official term for some coin.
Okay, so it's been used throughout in different various coinages. The most common was the Spanish dollar was a piece of 8. Oh, that's not where piece of 8 comes from. Which was worth 8 Spanish silver reales. 1/8 of a dollar or 1 silver real was 1 bit. Oh! Los Gutierrez hits it hard, but not hard enough. And again. Spanish. So it seems like it started in the Spanish stuff. I thought there was an American thing, but now it talks about the Danish West Indies and the UK, Commonwealth countries, and Ireland. But I always thought that I thought there was a thing in America back in the day that was bits, but maybe not. Like I thought 2 bits was a thing.
All ones the count.
2 bits.
Because that's even in Wedding Singer when she's all like, "I've got 2 bits," or no, it's a Groundhog Day, isn't it?
1 and 1.
But she's like, "I'll bet 2 bits."
Yeah, I do believe that is a line in Groundhog Day.
Yeah. 2 bits is commonly understood in America to be 1 quarter. The word bit long meant in England any coin of a low denomination. Okay, so in early America, there I guess when Spanish and Mexican coins were just floating around America, that's probably what that happened. Coins figured were worth 1 or 8. Okay, so it does go back to the Spanish thing, but it was just when we were open to more currencies. Javier Baez, cranks the foul this time. 3-2 count to Javier Baez. Payoff pitch. Ooh, knocks that one. Foul again, but only on the first baseline, and then the crowd says third base. Payoff pitch. Javier Baez, and he makes contact. Will it drop? Yes, it does. It gets past the center fielder. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a double, possibly a triple. Yes, it is, because at least they're sending him home. Can he make it? Play at the plate. Safe. The Cubs take the lead due to, I don't know if they're going to call it a triple or a single with an error, but the center fielder misplayed it, and it went by. I think they're probably going to call him a triple. I think he just couldn't catch it, and we'll see what they... That's the other thing that's weird about baseball is the scorekeeper. There's like one scorekeeper who gets to decide things that can be fairly subjective. Yeah. So the Cubs have taken the lead, and now
is it tough for the guy who has to paint the number on the scoreboard?
It's funny you say that because Wrigley Field might be one of the only parks that still has a manual scoreboard. But they have the numbers already. They basically it's like framed pictures, and they just are able to remove the picture, essentially. So there's someone, and if you see, there's inside the scoreboard. It's really weird because it's like being inside a basement, but it's like a giant, 20 feet long by 5 feet wide. I don't know. It's weird. But, yeah.
The right fielder.
That would be an interesting job to get paid to like put numbers in the scoreboard, but also like it'd be like voyeurism because you're like watching the game through a hole in the wall, and no one can see what you're doing. Oh,
you gotta keep putting in quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, Javier Baez, he has a home run and a triple today, so he's the two easiest parts of a cycle away at the end of the fifth. So I don't mean to be what's the word? He's still half of the way not there, but he's half of the way that's the hard way there.
If you could do the cycle twice, does that make it a bicycle?
A bicycle? That's a good question on if that's ever happened. I don't believe that that's ever happened. That would be really, just to get up 8 times would be really hard. Has anyone? Yeah, in fact, I don't even know.
Getting up more than 3 times in a day.
Yes. Cycle twice in a game. I think people. Let's see here. I'm guessing the answer is no. And if it is, it's got to be an extra innings.
Right. Just to get up that way.
Yeah. That's right. No one is hit for the cycle twice in a game. There have been 139 cycles in the National League. 10 of them did the cycle twice in their career. One hit it 3 times. Wow. I don't know who hit it for 3 times. They said interesting that Babe Ruth never hit for the cycle. Yeah, really interesting that giant fat guy never got a triple during the time he was hitting home runs all the time.
This is a point where if you're really good, you wouldn't get it, right? Because you'd always be getting home runs.
Yes. Well, it is harder to get a triple because it's like, because it relies on hitting, because you usually have to hit it to a weird part of the park to get to even have it be like possible, or have it be like misplayed but not enough where it's an error. And then you also usually, if you get a triple, you're probably not slow. Unless, like I said earlier this game, actually, John Lester got a triple, but it was because like the outfielder like dove for it and missed it, and so it like rolled to the fence. So he had like a stand-up triple, but that was strictly because it rolled all the way to the fence because he did like a half cartwheel trying to grab it, and so he had to like not only missed it but had to get back up and run 30 feet back to where the fence was. Or however much it was.
Has anyone ever been murdered at a baseball game and then they go, nobody can leave the stadium? One of you is the murderer.
A French detective comes and goes, "Shut the doors." And then it takes like a year because he has to go through he has to interview everyone individually.
Them all into a room so that he can explain.
Yes. And then it turns out every single person in the crowd did it. Because the person had been stabbed 34,000 times, and then they find out it was everyone in the crowd.
At first they thought it was one really angry guy.
One really angry, fast person, but no, it was the whole crowd. There is, have you heard that story, the Curb Your Enthusiasm story?
No.
They cleared a guy of murder charges because he was on, they thought he murdered somebody, but there was like video footage of him in the audio, when Curb Your Enthusiasm filmed at like a Dodger game. There's like I don't know if it was footage that was used, but they had like literal video footage of him like behind Larry David in the crowd, and which is fucked up that like imagine if he didn't have that, like he had to be like, hey, no, I was on television. Like there are like, that's a pretty good alibi to have, pretty solid alibi. Is I was at a movie,
I saw there was an article about a guy who was suspected of a crime because his like Google tracked him in the area at the time.
Yeah.
And it's like he didn't give any permission for his location data to be given to the police. Like,
yeah, no, it's nuts. And it's sort of like there was another one where I saw where there's like certain companies are like able, they claim it's anonymously doing it, but it's like satellites have the ability to like track what phones are. You know what I mean? Like they can tell what's a phone, you know? If that makes sense. Like you can locate phones. And so they claim that's like they're like, "Oh, we just are tracking phones, but we don't track who they are." But then when I think about that and I'm just all like, yeah, but if a phone's in a one area for 10 hours a day most days, you could very easily draw conclusions on who's the person who that phone belongs to.
Yeah.
But
it's the world we're living in.
Yeah. And we brought it upon ourselves. The one what's his name? Orwell. I was watching an interview with looked like towards the end of his life. The one thing he got way wrong was he was like, they're going to get rid of the orgasm. I don't know what he meant by it, but I was like, oh boy, did you go the wrong way on that one. Like, he's right in that they made it so, the only thing you could maybe say is that they made it so available that it's almost like they got rid of it, because now it's just there.
An orgasm's only special when only I can have one.
You know what I mean. I mean, because gosh, could you like, I don't know. It's just crazy to think of how, Jason Hayward hits it away from the ship, and he's going to get a single, maybe he's going to smartly only keep it at one.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant's up. David Phelps pitching with one man on and one out. Ooh. Yeah, Gerald, you need to start that Instagram page. I fail to believe you've got good memes. And how many Simpsons memes have you already made? Probably at least 40 or 50, right?
I don't think it's that many.
Is it not that many?
That's the ball.
And I'd be more interested in starting a Teddy Grahams page.
A Teddy Grahams page? Like the snack foods?
Yeah, just different Teddy Grahams that I've eaten.
I do remember Teddy Grahams were my favorite snack when I was little, and I really liked the commercials. I remember they were getting chased, like the Teddy Grahams were like a band. I don't know if you're old enough to remember this, because this was when I was really young. But I remember, I think the Teddy Grahams were like a band, and they were getting chased around. Remember that because the 80s still copied A Hard Day's Night, because it had only been 20-some years still. So they're the band getting chased by people, and then I think and I could be completely wrong, but I feel like they anamorphed into Teddy Grahams to get away from the crowd.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I know. I could be I'm saying what my brain remembers, but I'm thinking maybe that's not right. Let's look up Teddy Grahams commercials. 1988 sounds right. There's a bunch of lists of different years, and I very much feel like it's got to be, Teddy Grahams Rockin' Bears. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So, it's a bunch of teddy bears. For some reason, kids are in the audience are on stage with them. They basically look like it's a Chuck E. Cheese type thing, but they're singing like they're Elvis. Okay, I guess they don't turn into Teddy, unless there's another one that I just am not seeing. Oh wow, Bryant just hit a triple and I missed it. Now I feel dumb, but I also want to look to see if there's more.
You'll get the bottom of this.
I mean, Okay. Because what? Did I just? Yeah, they did a whole. So it's a whole. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a whole marketing campaign where they're like a band, and like everyone's going crazy for Teddy Grahams. And it's very much like an Elvis Teddy Graham. Yeah, I guess they just show Teddy Grahams. For some reason, I was thinking they were like turning into them, but I think when I was just little, that was just me being stupid. Oh man, and they show a bear tongue. And it's fucking weird looking because it's a puppet, or not puppet. It's like a man in a suit, and they show a furry bear tongue. This is disturbing. I feel like I've already went too far.
Bear tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when you're being attacked by a bear and you have to be like, no tongue.
No tongue, bear. Ooh, what was I gonna say?
Oh man, I watched Middleditch and Schwartz.
Yeah?
It's very, very funny.
Is it? I mean, is it like, and you can watch the whole thing at once? Like, 2-man, long-form, 50-some minute improv to me sounds, and I think both of them are very funny, but that format, I don't know if I could enjoy it.
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
It's very, very funny.
Yeah. I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, Middleditch has been doing that for a long time. Is it all really improv, or can you tell there's like things that they've like things in their pocket they always have?
No, it seems like it's improv.
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of times when you see improv, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they have the thing. They've got a thing. It's like that don't think twice, like when he pulls out the Obama voice, like just because, like he has no other reason other to do it than that he knows it's good. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just some people aren't that talented, and so they lean on certain things.
Oh yeah. But that's a movie that I was way more excited for. Like everyone thought it was amazing, and I still thought it was okay. But I was like, oh no, this is just like theater and improv nerds loving it because it's about them, their shit. Did you ever see that?
Nope.
You didn't? Okay. Do you like Mike Birbiglia?
Yeah, he's alright.
Did you ever see Sleepwalk with Me?
I did not. I've not seen any of his movies, just his specials.
You'll like Sleepwalk. Sleepwalk with Me is way better, I think. And it's interesting. I won't give anything away, but because he does some weird stuff when he's sleepwalking, but I don't know, it's pretty funny. Or fucked up stuff.
Like for me, the police will not accept sleepwalking as a defense.
There is a. Yeah, I don't know if all of it's real, but there's one or two things that happen where you're like, oh shit, did that really happen? I remember when they were gonna put me on a sleeping medication. I think it was called I can't remember what it was. But whatever it was, there was one of those things where I read the thing and it was like you might not remember doing things the next day, like sleeping or eating or driving or having sex. That's what it said. Like it said I might go drive and not remember that I went on a drive. And I said that to my psychiatrist where I was like, it says I might drive or have sex and not remember? And he was like, well, yeah, it's like being blackout drunk. And I was like, I was like, that's kind of an okay way to put it, but I don't know if I like that that's a thing.
It would have been funnier if he was like, yeah, it's like being a whore.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was very strange. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like starts with a T. can't remember what it was called. But, yeah.
Ball 3.
And it's only the 7th inning. Well, the Cubs are up 7-5. This is going to be a long one, I feel like. I talked to AJ the other day on here.
Oh, AJ.
I was trying to get him to do this. There was a commercial, and I should have submitted too, but I didn't want to. But it was like in Wisconsin over by him, like 20 minutes away. And it was like, it was a vaping thing, like a demo, but it paid $1,600 a day. And I was just like, dude, like, because I almost was going to do, even though I don't really smoke, I was like, I'll take up smoking for $1,600 a day for 2 days. But yeah, to get paid like $3,200 to just be like, to sit around a set and like, here's how you smoke this strawberry tobacco. Like, sure.
Wow.
Teddy Grahams. What's your? Are you I'm a honey Teddy Grahams guy. What's your flavor?
I like the chocolate chip one.
The chocolate chip one.
And just the chocolate's pretty good.
It's a little too chocolatey for my taste. I feel like that's my problem with a lot of chocolate things are too that's why I like to make my own chocolate milk. Because it's too regular chocolate milk is too chocolatey and too like thick. You gotta mix it. You gotta mix it, you know?
That does get you started on the movie.
Chocolat?
Yeah.
Chocolat's okay. I feel like I just watched it 6 months ago and don't remember anything that happens in it. And I've seen it like multiple times. I just know it's like Johnny Depp and Juliette Binoche are in it. And she makes... Does she make chocolate that makes people want to fuck each other, or is that Johnny Depp? It's something like that.
0-1.
Chocolat. Did you ever say I love you, man?
Is that a superhero whose ability is to love people?
Yes, I love you, man. That's right. Is there a character? Has someone already done a thing called Beta Man? Like, I am Beta Man. I'm here to help you if you want. You know, I'm here to stop injustices, but I'm not trying to white knight or talk down to anybody. If anyone thinks they can handle it themselves, that's fine. I'm just saying I'm here for support if you need me. Because I am Beta Man, if that's what you want to call me. But,
yeah, I've been accused of black knighting some women. I wouldn't let them pass without paying a toll.
Yes. I thought you were... I know you've been accused of troll riddles, where you won't let people go past bridges without answering riddles. Which you just read off Laffy Taffy jokes at them and make them try and come up with the answer. Javier Baez probably not going to get a next at bat after this, but he has a homer, a triple, and 3 RBI on the day. He's up against Josh Hader. Josh Hader's probably the best relief pitcher in baseball right now. Ooh. Yeah, he's
great in Barry.
Yes, Josh Hader. I basically do that for almost every person who has a name that's with anyone else that's famous, where I'll say, like, they're the heir to this fortune. Because there's a Jared Dyson, and I'm like, heir to the Dyson vacuum fortune. Or I'll have a backstory about how he turned his back on the family business to play baseball.
Are there any rich heirs who play professional sports?
Good question. I'm sure... I mean, anybody whose dad was a player has money. And there is something to be said where, like, you'll automatically have scouts interested in you if you are the son of someone who was a really good baseball... Like, I fail to believe it's just genetics that's getting a lot of these kids into, you know, that had Craig Biggio and Vlad Guerrero's kids are both like rookies on the Blue Jays right now. And they're both like 20-ish. And it's like, and don't get me wrong, they both were, especially Vlad Guerrero Jr. was putting up insane numbers at double A and triple A. He regardless.
He worked on cars?
Yes. And then Kevin Biggio was probably putting up pretty good numbers too. But just getting drafted at a high and getting the chance to play on and stuff. Although supposedly they're getting rid of a bunch of affiliates, and it kind of is sad that the Players Union agreed to that, because they're essentially going to what it sounds like is make a bunch of teams be independent or not exist. So yeah, but I don't know exactly how that's going to work, so we'll see. Because, football's got it easy. Football has, like, their version of the AA and AAA is just college. Baseball, you can draw, like, if people play in college, especially for hitters, they're, like, a better bet. If they do really well in college, like, they're a decent bet that they'll do good, and they don't need as much seasoning because they're already in their 20s.
They have so much allspice already.
You say allspice or Old Spice?
Allspice. Seasoning.
Oh, seasoning. Yes, I went. I was like, what did I say before he said that? I was like, I had to remember what I said. I was like, what did I say?
I hate these damn shake and bake players.
Oh, shake and bake. Ooh. 2-0 to Ian Happ with 1 out and runners at first and second. A home run here would be really nice to get that insurance runs in, because the Cubs have only they've relinquished multiple leads today, I believe. 3-0 to Ian Happ. Presumably he won't swing at this next pitch, because you shouldn't give him the green light here. Let him walk you if he's going to walk you. And ball 4. Oh, it looked like a strike to me, but it was ball 4. So the base is loaded now with I don't know who's coming up to bat. Albert Almora Jr. coming up to bat. One person out. Let's hope, at minimum, he can elevate a ball far enough to score the runner on third. He's 0 for 3 on the day, so he's due for a hit, I'd say. Josh Hader's thrown 20 pitches, which is a decent amount, but not a lot for him. He's used to throwing a decent amount of pitches. Here we go. Ooh. Strike 1, fouled. Here comes the 0-1 delivery to Albert Almora Jr. And he hits it! And it doesn't get through, but it does score a run. So an out at first, but an insurance run is scored. That's just as good, if not better, than the sacrifice fly, as all the other runners advanced. And now Nico Horner, it looks like, is going to pinch hit. But, yeah. So what's so what do you think is aside from Papa John's? Because man, every time I order from Chomp or any time I order on any online delivery service, like I have to like bite my tongue, because it's just so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could go get carryout.
Yes, sure. For sure. Well, I was trying to strike 3 on Nico Horner, but the Cubs have the lead going into the top of the 8th. Yeah, sure. No, I could go do carryout. That's true. But it was hard to tell what businesses are open and what aren't. I feel some aren't communicating that to the respective websites for things.
Yeah, like a lot of the Chinese places in town are closed, and they haven't bothered updating their online information.
Yeah, or like I ordered Airliner. I tried to order Airliner last night, and because they're still listed on like the a lot of the restaurant stuff on like what's it called, on like Grubhub and probably on Chomp and stuff. But I went to the website and I called the number and no one answered because it's half price pizza, but it doesn't say that it's half price on the Grubhub, you know. So I wanted to like make like I don't want to like I want to get I want to get that large pizza for $8 or $9, not for $16, $17. But just no one answered, so I was like, okay. But you'd figure at least on the website you would have as a restaurant, wouldn't you think you'd have some sort of information about what your situation is for your website? Like, hey, we're closed, but we'll be back, and we'll be blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
Just some people aren't web savvy.
Yeah, but websites, I don't know. Even ones that like, because most bars have decent web. Like they go. I don't want to say all out, but they like get a pretty good, snappy looking website for the most part. If you're like a downtown bar or restaurant, like most of them have decently, unless they just like pay to get it made and then don't touch it once every 3 years.
They might not be savvy enough to edit it anyway.
Yeah.
They're just once it's set up, that's it. But yeah, no, I just these days I would only order by phone.
Yeah.
To make sure that they're actually open.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And that's, like I said, I think China House is still open. If they shut down, it was in the last, like, week or two. Because I've ordered pickup from there. And do you like China House?
I haven't been there much.
Basically, I'm a sucker for chicken on a stick. I almost always like. Like, it's like borderline, like not always necessarily like teriyaki, but just chicken on a stick that kind of is just whatever. And I can dip in sweet and sour or soy or whatever. And they've got an okay at that. And their crab rangoon's okay. And then I know it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not, I think it's Hawaiian, in fact, rumaki, but they have rumaki.
Yeah, Polynesian.
Yeah. Do you like rumaki?
Sure.
Yeah, rumaki's good.
Number 10, Omar.
It is always interesting to me, and I appreciate it when a restaurant will be like, yeah, we're a Chinese restaurant, but we'll have these other things because they're good, or because their chef is like, hey, I can make this, let's make this. Now I'm kind of jonesing for an egg drop soup, like a good egg drop soup, but I feel like you can't ever get a to-go egg drop soup that's good. I think there's, you know what I mean? Like, I like an egg drop soup, like, at the restaurant, in the bowl, there and then. Chomps. Who has the best goons? And I don't know, who do you think has the best rangoons in Iowa City, Gerald? Szechuan House used to, like this was like, or whatever that was, or no, Szechuan Village used to. Do you remember that?
Maybe.
Out by you, kind of. It was in like, the restaurant almost looked like a house. It was like almost in like a, more residential. Yeah. But that was really good crab rangoons.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like there's something in the back of my head that's telling me, but I don't remember where.
Yeah. Also, Szechuan Villages, like the shape of them were weird. Like you got, it was one of those things where they almost looked like, the look of them was almost a fusion between like a dumpling and a crab rangoon, because they were almost like bell shaped, and they were smaller, and you would get like a lot of them though. So they were like they were almost like, I don't want to say bites. They're what you and I would consider bite size, but not normal people.
I tell you, the best crab rangoon is the crab rangoon pizza.
I don't know if I've ever even had it. If I have, it's been in Des Moines while I've been drunk, and like when it.
There's one in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple of Cedar Rapids. I didn't realize there's a Paul Revere's in Cedar Rapids still.
Oh man, Paul Revere's.
That was what we used to get the Do they still have the Terminator pizza? Is that a Cedar? No, or yeah?
I don't know about that.
The Terminator pizza was so huge of a pizza, where it was what you would order with like 4 or 5 of your friends would all throw in. It was like probably $20.
I think Paul Revere, I think they did the pizza at my middle school.
Okay.
Like they would bring it in, and so like every day for like a year or two, I would just get the Paul Revere's pizza every day.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's not. It was completely adequate, especially for its price. It was really good. Because, like I said, the Terminator pizza was a thing we would often get when we were wasted, and we would never finish it. Like with 4 or 5 people, we would never finish it. It was one of those things where I've never been at anyone's. I've never seen a refrigerator that can hold this box.
Like that, like the pizza on Breaking Bad that he throws on the roof.
Yeah, it would be. It's at least that size. I almost want to look it up now. Now I need to look up and see how Terminator pizza. Let's see how big it is. If they have in Cedar Rapids, it was very much a college. Let's see, order online, menu. I'll be a little sad if they don't have it, but also I'll completely understand.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So it's the Terminator is, at least on the website now, is a 20-inch pizza, and it's cut into 26 squares. And it says it feeds 5 to 7 people. So. Yeah, I was going to say, so it'd be you and me, essentially. No, like I said, I don't think I ever had less than 4 people that finished that, and we were all drunken munchies, and probably stoned, too. So, that says something about how much pizza.
Well, maybe if you weren't infidels, you would get stoned.
And, yes, and I think it maybe also came with, it might have came with breadsticks or something, too. But like I said, the deal was, maybe it was like a 2-topping, it was crazy. Whatever it was one of those things where everyone threw in $4 or $5 and was got as much food as they could handle.
That's always nice. Remember, what was it, where we all chipped in on pizza? Was it Noah's Super Bowl party last time we did that?
That sounds like a probable. Definitely sounds like what we get? Pizza Hut or something?
I think we actually got Papa John's.
Did we get Papa John's?
Just because it's cheap.
And I know Noah actually likes Papa John's. He likes the garlic butter thing.
Oh yeah, the garlic butter sauce is great for dipping.
Yeah.
I miss Soldado. You have Noah on this thing yet?
I have not. I don't even know. I'm not sure if I have his number anymore. I've ran into him once, I told you, once or twice I, ran into him at randomly when he's been up here, because he was kind of dating a girl, I think, up here.
That's ball 4.
And he came to that one fancy. Were you at the fancy? Yeah, obviously. You're at all the fancy shows, right?
If you're talking about the one that was floodwater, but I wasn't.
He came to one. Were you at the one he was at? He must have been the one before that.
I don't remember seeing him.
Okay, then maybe it was the floodwater one.
Yeah, because he was in town for floodwater, but I was out of town for part of floodwater.
Kyle Schwarber makes good I think that's going to be a home run. 3-run home run, Kyle Schwarber. I don't want to say that's the nail in the coffin, but it's setting it up there, because now the Cubs are up.
They better ring that little bell.
Yeah, put that little bell on there, just in case. Oh yeah, Donger. I forgot. Donger alert. Woo! 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 Gerald, you don't see me, but I'm woo! Woo! I have a blue light that's on a Pixar lamp, and I rotate it around and go and make those noises I was just making when the Cubs hit a home run.
I see.
Yeah, it's about as entertaining as it sounds. Moderately.
Moderate. Oh yeah, you're a real moderate, not politically.
Yeah, humor-wise.
You are.
That's why I was like, I'm really jealous of Ray Gun because they're such like there's nothing special about what they do. Like, it's mediocre humor on a minimal design, and it does gangbusters. I don't mean to be. I know that sounded like I was probably shitting on them, but like, there's no lie there, right? Like, I'm not saying anything untrue, right? Like, it's the same font of like a basic, just minimalist thing, and then yeah, I don't. Thank you, School Frog. I do what I can. That's the third donger alarm we've had. The Cubs are now up 11-5, and the Zach Brown band is pitching now. Ooh, Wilson Contreras maybe just struck out there, but that's okay.
Zach Brown.
You're welcome, School
There's
Frog.
A boring name.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, there's a band called Zach Brown. School Frog, if you enjoy it, you can Venmo me $8 so I can try the Papa John's pizza. If you really want me to try this overbaked business. That's,
You know what? Papa Murphy's is just, I don't know.
I mean, you're just making your own, right?
Yeah, it's a take and bake.
Like, it's trying to be the middleman of the middle. I don't know. I think I've maybe went there once because I was like confused. I think.
I mean, it's certainly cheaper than Papa John's, but the quality is.
So they'll make it, they'll like prep it for you, and then it's really cheap. Is that the premise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's all you do. All you do is take it and then put it in the oven at home.
Interesting.
Nope, back upstairs.
Although, like I said,
I think that they have a thing where it's almost like Subway, where if you go there, they will assemble it like in a line in front of you.
Yeah, I think I've done that once. I think I did that once. I will say those Hy-Vee, if you go to the pizza aisle, like in one of the side parts where there's Chicago style, and they're selling them for like $6.99, and they look small, but it's still Chicago style pizza. So it's like a small Chicago style pizza for like $7 that like is more filling than a whole Tombstone pizza. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Hy-Vee's all right. It's not great, but it's fine at its price point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's but this isn't Hy-Vee brand. Like, they have Geno's and then they had some other thing, but they had like Geno's in there. But Hy-Vee's okay too. Their pizza's fine. I used to genuinely like their frozen, because they used to put them in the pizza. Now they have their own pizza aisle, right? Or their own, like, they put all their frozen pizzas in their pizza thing, but they used to like package them. Like they used to put them in with like Jack's and Tombstones, and like have like a cover that looks similar to like Jack's and Tombstone and stuff.
I like Jack's.
Yeah, Jack's all right. Here's what I'll say: the only Hy-Vee brand thing I've ever had that was just like really bad. Caught at the wall was whatever Hy-Vee's Pop-Tart ripoff was terrible. Was terrible.
They were not as good as Pop-Tarts.
Like, it was not as good. Like, it wasn't really very edible even. Like, I remember being like, okay, that's the line. That's the line of like, they finally fucked it up. Because that's what people, like, when people are like, oh, Hy-Vee, whatever, I'm like, well, they're getting all their, like, people don't realize that, like, the Midwest feeds the world. Like, they're getting their materials probably for cheaper, or similar cost as a lot of big companies do. And they're getting, we make bread and milk and cheese and, like, we're part of the bread basket, right?
Oh, I'm reminded of, I just watched the Willoughbys on Netflix.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's weird. It's interesting enough just because it's of how weird it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. And, I mean, there's a lot of good voices in it. You have Terry Crews.
I'll watch anything with Will Forte in it.
Yeah, Will Forte, Terry Crews, Maya Rudolph.
Is Ricky Gervais less annoying when you don't have to look at his face when he says stuff? Because he's the narrator,
he's a good
right?
voice for a cat.
Oh, he's the cat. Okay. I like that. That's. I was actually just talking to somebody about that. I just had heard about that from when we went to St. Louis. That director Arna that I met, she was talking about watching that. She was like on the
animation in it on a technical level. It's very good.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah. No. She pointed out to. Is it on Disney Plus? Is that where you saw it?
No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's a Netflix. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got a cast that I'm definitely interested in.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember anything.
So, what was a very close game and back and forth is now the Cubs up or 12-5 or up 12-5.
12-5.
That's a very large lead to have in the ninth inning. That's literally, I could go in there for a few batters before they would start to get worried. Because I could throw 60 some miles per hour and locate it. I'm not saying they wouldn't hit home runs off me, but I'm saying they just as easily could hit it really hard directly at people. That's what people don't realize is there is a thing called weighted on base percentage or something like that where it's are balls in play, because there's some people that have high averages, but they're they basically have metrics now when they're what should have been their average as opposed to what it was, because you can have balls that you barely hit just fall into places, and you can conversely you can hit the ball really hard and just hit it at people. So people can just have bad luck,
Nope, that's a
but
ball.
one out now.
No strike.
Kyle Ryan pitching to Eric Sogard. He is so guard. This Eric is so guard. Right one, looked outside.
Mike Myers was on Conan's podcast, and it made me realize how long since he's done anything.
He didn't need to, though. I think he. Inglourious Bastards, the last thing I can think of that he was in, right? That was after The Love Guru, right? Man, have you ever tried to watch The Love Guru?
Bits of it, on cable back in the day.
Yeah. Man, it's tough. It's tough to watch. Which is weird, because it's not that much more silly than any of the... it's not like it's that much sillier than... I don't know. It's weird. And also, I can't believe they got Ben Kingsley to do it. I can't believe they got Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley is down to do whatever.
That's true. Ben Kingsley's in a lot of stuff where you're like, what? Ben Kingsley? All right.
And like in Ender's Game, how long would that makeup have taken?
I have not watched it. Is Ender's Game good? Did you ever hear the story of the guy who wrote Ender's Game when he entered that amateur screenwriting contest?
Yes.
And won? And then he was sorry, and DQ'd himself from it because he felt bad.
Yeah, that's he's a weird guy.
Do you think that was an ego thing? Do you think he did it to see if he was actually a good writer? Because didn't he do it under a pseudonym maybe too?
Yeah, it could be that he was just will my work stand on its own without my name?
Yeah, which is interesting. But I've never seen Ender's Game or read Ender's Game either.
It's a good book if you can separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, is it racist? I'm serious. Is it? Is that what? Oh, because it's an older book, isn't it? Isn't it from the 70s or is it not?
No,
it's not that old.
No, I don't think it's that old. I think it's fairly. Let's see. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Let's see here. Ooh. I almost typed in Ender's Game.
It's also the name of the porn version, Ender's Game.
Yeah.
In your Ender's Game.
In your Ender's Game. 1985.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
By Orson Scott Card. Interesting. And it says preceded. Was this a trilogy, or is this? Because it says preceded by and followed by, or is that just his novels?
Yeah, it's like a whole series.
Okay.
This afternoon, 41,000.
I meant to. Yeah, the movie was like, wasn't Harrison Ford in the movie?
Yes, he is.
Can you tell that does he not try in the movie like how he doesn't try in most things?
Yeah, he's not trying very hard in that movie.
You know, I just watched Force Awakens and I liked it more than I remember liking it when I saw it in the theater.
I love Force Awakens.
And actually going having seen the other two recently, I almost think I might like Force Awakens more than Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. In fact, I'll rewatch those here soon as well. I just rewatched all the prequels. I don't hate the prequels as much as although I will say, like, man, some of it's so, and maybe it's just I just enjoy it still, even when it's bad. Some of the dialogue in the first, in both, actually, yeah, in Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, the dialogue is just so. And there was things where it was like, I can't tell if George Lucas is being really smart or really stupid, because he talks about, like, the queens are elected, but the queen selects senators. I was like, that's not how those words work. Right? You don't elect queens and then have the senators be the ones not elected.
Did you see the meme of the scene where he goes back and sees Watto, and Watto's like, Annie, how you've grown? He says, you've grown too. More beautiful, I mean.
No, I have not. Is that what he says to Natalie Portman, though? Yes. Like, right away? Like, right, yeah. He just keeps saying fucking ridiculous things. And then what's crazy is the thing that gets her to turn the corner on wanting to be with him is murdering a tribe of Tusken Raiders. Like, up until that point, she seems on the fence. And then, very shortly after massacring an entire tribe of murders and being pretty racist about it too, is when she's like, okay.
It's like, I murdered them all. The women, the children. Oh, I want to be with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Hy-Vee Pop-Tarts are straight up garbage. The brown sugar cinnamon, yes. The brown sugar cinnamon, I think, was the one I got, because that was when I was little. My favorite was I don't even know if they make them like they used to. I know that's obviously
that was my favorite, the brown sugar cinnamon.
Yeah, but there was like a plain, and then also there was a strawberry one that was like, that didn't have the glaze. That they did all the fruit ones had that option where it didn't have the glaze. I liked that. I preferred that. It was almost like it was a scone, you know, where it was like.
Yeah.
But now they're like, no, they're like, no, more. You want more sugar.
And now they have the ones come with the frosting, and it's like, just do it.
Yeah, the ones that look like Sonic, like came blueberries all over it. Like, actually, that was my favorite for a while. Was like the wild blueberry. I like had a weird, like, few months of that being my. I don't even know if they exist anymore.
You know, I haven't owned a toaster in like 12 years.
I have one, but it's not hooked up. I almost bought a toaster oven because at Goodwill and Salvation Army, there's always like decent looking toaster ovens for like $8, and I'm just like, man.
Toaster oven's nice, especially if you want to heat up something. Not spend a bunch of money, from your heating up your oven.
Yeah.
Waste a lot of energy.
School Frog says toaster ovens are the tits. Yeah, they're okay. But when I almost bought one because I was like, because I didn't realize it. Like, I thought maybe since it was compact that it would heat smaller things quicker. but it doesn't. Like
it's the same as the oven.
Yeah.
It's better quality than a microwave if
Sure.
you have the time.
Sure, because I mean it's honest and you know like you know it's literally just a smaller oven. So like if you're so it's able to concentrate on a small thing. But yeah. Well, the Cubs win. John Lester gets the win, even though he allowed 5 runs on 8 hits with 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. Not a pretty win, but a win nonetheless. Brent Suter with the loss with 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 hit. Player of the game, Javier Baez with a home run, a triple, 3 RBIs, 3 runs. Yeah. But, Gerald, I was going to say, I'm going to start saying now this is pod racing whenever I'm not pod racing at very specific times. What would you say would be your funnest time to say now this is pod racing when you're not pod racing? Because he says that when he's not pod racing. I noticed that. And I've been watching those movie pitch shorts too, where they talk about that, where he's like, and then he's like, this is pod racing. He's like, he says it when he's not pod racing? Yeah. Like,
let's see. When you see 2 groups of dolphins racing each other.
Yeah.
Now this is pod racing.
Is pod racing. Or like when those little those things you do laundry with by Tide, when they gain sentience and then try and get away from you, you say, now this is pod racing. Mine was much more of a reach for yours, but you didn't leave me with a lot to go with. Could
have gone with the character from Game of Thrones.
Oh, Podrick? That's true.
Yeah.
Or it could have done, someone talked about the band. Do you remember POD, the band? The We Are, the youth of a nation, we are. Because someone changed it, where they made a meme where it's like, it was me at the something when Youth of a Nation comes on, and it showed the meme of this is pod racing, but just it took out the racing.
I will say that pod racing sequence is just
too long.
It shouldn't be in there.
It's just too long. It's like 20 minutes, right?
It's too much, and maybe just cut it all together.
Also, they're the people that are watching it, I'm like, they can't see it mostly. They're watching it on tablets, and then they're able to see, and then also, even then, it's dust is flying everywhere, so all they can really see is them leaving, and then them getting there. And then a screen of them. I could be wrong, but isn't there
people who watch any kind of long marathon race, right? They can't see the whole marathon.
Sure.
They can only see the part where the runners run directly past them.
Yeah, that's fair. Or a Formula One type thing where you're there for you pick one spot to see cars drive by you at 200 miles per hour for a literal second. Formula One's crazy. I don't get NASCAR, but I get or I shouldn't say I don't get it, but Formula One, people don't realize Formula One cars are going 50 miles per hour faster than NASCARs go, and then the tracks are so crazy because they're not usually just circular or oval, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate, as far as racing, NASCAR I don't really get. I can appreciate drag racing because of the sheer amount of engineering that has to go into that. Trying to tweak it to get a slight, tiny bit more out of it. That's interesting, the science of that to me.
School Frog says pod racing was just there to sell toys and amusement park rides, and because they knew the N64 game was in the works.
I remember really liking that N64 game.
Have you played all the Rogue Squadron games for 64 and the GameCube?
No.
They're all fucking. Do you still have a cube?
I do not.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'll let you borrow. Do you have a Wii?
I do not.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'll let you borrow one of my Rogue Squadron games because I'm assuming I have at least a couple of them. Is the Switch isn't backwards compatible, is it?
No, it is not.
That's unfortunate. That kind of bums me out, actually. Because the Wii was cool in that it was backwards compatible with GameCube.
That is cool.
Yeah, and then also a lot of the Virtual Console stuff. I feel, or wait, I'm not sure what they all had on Virtual Console, but they had cool stuff on both Wii and Wii U Virtual Console. And so that's kind of a bummer that the Switch doesn't have. Because does the Switch have a Virtual Console yet?
Yes.
Okay, it does.
Sign up, but you have to sign up for Nintendo Online.
But you can play like anything, right? So it's like a subscription?
There's a limited amount of titles on the thing.
Okay. Do they only have like their first, so they don't have like third-party Nintendo games probably, but they have everything that was theirs probably on there?
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's a subscription?
And NES.
So it's subscription-based as opposed to download and buying individual games?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a subscription-based.
That's okay, I guess, if it's like $4 or $5 a month or something.
Oh, let's see. What is it? I think it's...
If it's more than 8, then that's fucking not cool.
I think it's... no, I think it's around that. I think I bought... If you buy a year, it's like $20 for the year.
That's fair. That's fine.
But yeah, it's more obviously individually. And yeah, they have the good NES and SNES games. Not all of them, but they add more. I think they just keep adding them slowly to keep people subscribing.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, obviously. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, Tyler Chatwood is going to take on the San Diego Padres with Garrett Richards. Garrett Richards is 3-0 with a 2.62 ERA.
Oh, man, what did those priests do to him?
That's a good question. We'll see. The Padres. That is the one baseball team that is not in English. Are the Padres? I'm pretty sure. At least it used to be. Because it just means brother, right? Or father? Or is it father? Father?
It's father.
Father. Yeah, fathers. Because they're like the priest. Yes. Obviously. Anyway, that's that. The Cubs are now up a half a game on the Reds. And, yeah, Gerald, thank you for joining me. Like I said, I keep saying I'm going to send you new drafts. Did you think the thing was funny with the Sea Dogs thing with the...
yeah, that's funny stuff there.
Where he'd be like, you know how the cats come? I don't know. He's like, what's that? And he's like, I didn't fart. It's my shoes. It's your shoes or something. And like, no, not that. And he's like, listen. And then you think that I'm trying to. There was like 3 different ways with the raining cats where I was like, I wanted to be like, and dogs. He's like, what are you talking about?
I got an idea for an episode. Okay, so they have to go to Australia to get this dog from the outback and take him to the big city.
Yeah. Is that a thing I'm not familiar with?
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, okay. Fair. Oi there. I thought at first when you started doing Australia, I was waiting for a dingo ate my baby joke. Have you watched all of Last Man on Earth yet or no?
No.
Okay. You like it though, correct?
I have not watched much.
Oh, you haven't watched much? Wow. It's one of my favorite shows.
The things that I have.
It's on Hulu. You don't have Hulu?
I do not. For the billionth time, I do not have
That just
Hulu.
always surprises me. I think I'm always surprised you don't have Hulu. But, it's not a... I don't know. You should consider it. But,
perhaps.
Anyway, Gerald, thank you for joining us. School Frog, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I might message you later, Gerald, about some writing stuff. And then, yeah. As always, it's been a pleasure. And I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.
We'll talk about food. Let's talk food later.
Food.
Let's have a Zoom meeting where we just watch each other eat food.
Except I've secretly just put my own feed on my screen, so I'm not watching you at all.
Yeah, it's like looking into a mirror. You weirdo. Or not even a mirror because you'd be seeing the actual way it is. So, yeah. Well, all right. Talk to you later, Gerald.
Yeah, see ya.
Thanks. Yeah, Gerald's always fun to have on here. There's a reason why I call him more than I call anyone else, is because he's always coming up with jokes, and he's always saying funny stuff. He's very easy to start conversations and have a good back and forth with. So yeah. But thank you for coming here, guys, and tomorrow we'll be doing it. Also, I'll be School Frog. I'll be doing trivia on Friday night, maybe here. Friday night, 8 o'clock Central is what I'm thinking. I haven't even written the questions yet, but I'm thinking about running trivia if you're interested. But thank you, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.